guys, what's going on? Ridiculous Ripley here, bringing you the very first tutorial that I have ever made. I've wondered forever how to get strobe lights on the patrol vehicles. You don't see them very often, but I just recently figured it out, and it's all through ELS. So, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to pull up the ELS panel on here. If you need to know how to install ELS, let me know and I can make a tutorial video for it, or Jeffrey Gamer's link will be down in the description. He makes hundreds of tutorials. I mean, I just recently reinstalled lspdfr and I forgot how to install most of the stuff, and I went to him for it. So I don't think a lot of people know about this. So let's go ahead and pull up the panel. It's going to be your left control and P. Now it will pause your game, that's no big deal. Just press P again, the menu will stay up and the map will go away. Okay, so in order to change your ELS settings, you first have to have your ELS lights on. So I'm going to go to stage 2 for this. And as you can see there, I've already got my strobes on. Okay, now some of them match up. This is one of the newer models. It's a 2021 Tahoe, so I didn't expect things to match up as well as they did in the back. They didn't match up very well in the front. We might try a different vehicle, just so. Let's go and get a different vehicle out real quick, just so I can show you guys better how it is. I just like to roll around the 2021 Tahoe. Alright, so let's go and turn these lights off, that way we don't get confused. We're gonna make this a fast tutorial, guys. I'm getting straight down to it. As soon as I hop in here, we're gonna get showing some key bindings. Alright, so like I said, ELS has to be on. At least stage 2 for your strobe lights, because the strobe lights won't come on stage 1. They'll come on stage 2 and stage 3. So once we are on stage 2 right now, and to do your primary lights, it's going to be the U button. I always prefer mine on scan, but for this purpose we are going to keep them on steady. So let's go ahead and go back all the way up to 140. Sorry guys, we'll skip past this part. Alright guys, so we're back at 140, the steady burns, just so we don't see any extra flashing. I controls your light bar, that yellow light underneath. Your secondary lights is what they call it. We're going to keep it right there. And then O is your warning lights, which are on stage 2, so we have nothing to do with that. But also, to get your wig wags and your strobe lights, you hit left Alt and number 1, which does your headlights. Down at the bottom you see ELS HL for headlight, and it tells you what number it is. So it's number 3 right now, which on the new on this pack it's a DLC pack. I don't think it has any wig wags. And so once we get to 11, you'll see the strobes pop out. You guys see that there in the headlights? And then after that it goes from 11 to 30. On every one of them there's only 30 options. Like the first 10 are just the wig wags, the slow blinking lights, and then you get your strobe lights here, which number 11 is actually my favorite because it's the fastest strobe. They just strobe back and forth really fast. The other ones kind of had little patterns to it. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it on number 11 right now, just because it's my favorite. If you go to 2, so you're still holding Alt, then you press number 2, it does your tail lights. It's ELS TL for tail lights. So you're on pattern 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, and we're hit 11, and now you guys can see the strobes up in the top. Okay? So same thing with that. You hit it again, it'll kind of do a different pattern. Which I kind of like that one better. So we'll go 12 on both of these. Hit Alt 1, and I got 12 on this as well. Okay, so now I've got strobe lights in the front, and I've got strobe lights in the back.
I copy, thanks.
Okay? So we hit Alt, left Alt, and 3. That does other lights, your, I don't know what they call them. It's kind of like your fog lights. So we get 11. And these are actually in the blinker. Sometimes they'll be in the blinker, sometimes they'll be lower in the fog lights. It just depends on what vehicle you have. So we're going to hit 12 on that too, just to kind of make it a fast strobe. And as you can already see it. You can see it on the left here, kind of wrapping all the way around. The strobe light effect, bouncing off the buildings. And you guys will really see it when we hit stage 3. So that was left alt and 3, which did it the secondary lights up front. So there's more. We got left alt and number 4, which does your blinkers in the back, which I find kind of extra. You don't want to have too many strobes, you know what I mean? Because there's 3 options back here, and if you already got one up top, you really don't need any more. So we're just gonna, for tutorial purposes, I'm showing you, but I'm gonna go and shut them off. And then your last one, you have left alt and 5, which is your reverse lights. It should be a white light in your tail lights. There they are right there. Just kind of gives it a different color in the back instead of a red. You can kind of see those reflecting off the ground there. They bounce more off buildings more than anything. But I just think it makes it look a lot better driving down the road. So we've got all our strobes, so that's left alt 1 through 5. The odd number, or 1 and 3, are your headlights. 2, 4, and 5 are back in your tail lights. So you can already, if you get closer to a building like this, you can pull up to it and then go through your left alt 1s. You can kind of see that the circles from your strobes. That way you can kind of tell what the patterns are. Same for your reverse. You can see the reverse on the back, so you can kind of tell what the patterns are to see which one you like better. And same thing for your brake lights. You get close enough, you see little circles back there. Go and turn our headlights on. You guys can still see the strobes through the headlights, which I think is awesome. And we're gonna go stage 3 here.
Copy that. Get here as soon as you can.
So you can see it just, I feel like it adds a lot more lights. So if you got a vehicle that doesn't really have any, just has like a light bar and that's it, go to your ELS and you can turn on the strobe lights or the wigwags, whichever you prefer. Some people like wigwags better. I mean, on older vehicles, they're nice. But like on the newer vehicles like this, some strobes are the way to go in my opinion. So you've got your lights going up top, you got them in your brake lights there. Pull it behind the bus, you can really just see it flashing against the cars and the buildings. And then like let's go and hop out here as if we're doing a traffic stop or not. But see the strobes bouncing off. I mean, it just adds more to it, I think. So if you guys found this video useful in any way, give me a thumbs up. This is my very first tutorial, like I said. I tried to make it short, sweet, and to the point. I thought this was very awesome. I've been trying for years. I've searched on YouTube countless times how to get strobe lights in police vehicles, and I couldn't find nothing. But it's right there in your ELS, guys. Left alt 1 through 5. And just kind of remember your numbers, and then whenever you get in, it's real simple. Like for me, it's 12, so alt 12 on pretty much all of them. And you can see as you drive around, they bounce off the buildings, they bounce off the vehicles. It just adds more, I think. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys like it, if you guys prefer the wigwags or the strobes, or leave them off completely. They look good on Crown Vics. They look good on Explorers. So let me know. Pretty much every vehicle that has ELS has this capability. I haven't found one that has it yet, so